Welcome everybody out to podcast number 447. Today we're going to talk about WhatsApp. Stay with us.
This is the Elevate Construction Podcast, delivering remarkable content for workers, leaders, and companies in construction wanting to take their next step. Get ready to step out of your comfort zone with Jason Schroeder as he encourages you to do better, live a remarkable life, and expect more. Let's go.
Welcome everybody. I hope you're doing well. So this is going to be a quick little podcast, but I want to take you through my little journey here. And, ooh, that sounds like My Little Pony. But anyway, I want to take you through my little journey here with communication apps and sending messages to teams and creating collaboration. So I want to spread the concept that WhatsApp is probably one of the best ways to communicate with teams and in groups. Now, I don't say that lightly. It's been years and years and years and years. Now, let's go ahead and start way back. So we all know about texting. When I was at the research laboratory, we really did a good job employing text strings. I would have different text groups, got addicted to texts. I think I'm young enough and old enough to be right in that group where it's just a part of like who I am. So absolutely, that's a part of my thought process and how I roll. So that's one part of it. So grew up texting, and then some really neat applications came around that would help. One of them was GroupMe. So I learned about GroupMe from Carlos, and he was a project manager I worked with. He used WhatsApp or GroupMe at church, and so I started using GroupMe for the text chats that I would have with foremen and the GC carpenters or the logistics foreman to make sure that I was finding and correcting items on the project site every day when we would see things that needed to be corrected on my daily walks. I mean, GroupMe was fantastic. You have a little like button, a little smiley face, and it worked pretty decently. Now, pictures were okay. Videos, a little bit tougher, not super hard, but it was okay. I will also, I'll tell you one thing real quick. The reason I'm sharing this podcast about WhatsApp is because when I shared the Miro board one, I'm getting screenshots and emails and text messages about people using Miro and the great success that they're having in their organizations with these things. So I'm like, I'm going to share some of this more often. Anyway, so I want to share tonight about WhatsApp. So also, I'm not bragging, but at DPR, I was asked to start using Microsoft Teams before it was a thing, right? And we would use Microsoft Teams, scale it as a company. And I remember in Oakland, Spencer Easton in the scheduling department, the rest of us, and we asked for permission to get Microsoft Teams. We put everything onto Teams. We had the dashboard. We had the Trello boards. We had the wiki. We used the wiki. We used the chat. We used the meeting function, everything. And then COVID-19 hit, and everybody started using Microsoft Teams. And so did I, because I was still at Oakland when COVID hit. And now it's funny, now that I have an Apple computer, I can't really use Teams that well. And people are like, do you know how to use Teams? Yeah, bro, I was the first adopter. Anyway, so has done, and not the first one, but a first adopter. So before it was a cool thing. Anyway, so I've scaled communication and text through Microsoft Teams to the chat function and used that as a system. And I've also used the normal things like Safety Net, Procore, whatever. You name it, I've used it. Now, I didn't use WhatsApp very much until Paul Akers recommended it in his links and videos and podcasts and audio and just the things that he recommended for us to do to scale lean cultures. I downloaded WhatsApp because of him. I started using WhatsApp because of him, but it didn't stick. It was only when I went to Europe and then in Mexico and saw that like literally everybody but the United States uses WhatsApp. And it's interestingly enough, other countries use WhatsApp so much to the point that if, remember that time when Facebook was like down for a day? Well, WhatsApp was down for a day too. These other countries use it so much that like key infrastructure was like affected because they didn't have their WhatsApp chats, meaning they didn't have trucks and support systems and teams in different countries like communicating through WhatsApp because that's what they use. And so I've been able to use it with the Mexican connections that I have, the Norwegian, the Swedish, and the German, and the French connections that I have on WhatsApp. And it's fantastic. You can share videos easily. You can share pictures easily. You can do all kinds of different things really, really easily. Share permissions, do polls, like the whole nine, like everything that you need to do on that platform you can do. The big thing for me is scaling pictures and videos. Yeah, the best way to get cultures built is to scale pictures and videos. And so that's why I like WhatsApp. It's faster. You can do it right there on the app. You can do voice to text. You can record your voice right there. You can record the videos right there. You can take the pictures right there within the app. It's absolutely fantastic. The other thing that I like is that when somebody joins these chats and you're not on a text message, whether you use an Android or an Apple phone, and you should be using an Apple phone, I'm just kidding. Anyway, but whether you use either of those, you can join the chat and see the history and nothing gets deleted. Lately, and I'll tell you at church, we have like 5 or 6 different leadership groups, and we've been using text strings, and every time a leader changes, we have to go to delete the text chat and do a new text chat, and I've got to find it amongst like 75 different like freaking text chats. And so I was finally like, all right, that's it. We're deleting all chats and we're transitioning everybody at church to WhatsApp. And we did it. So now I've got everything. I deleted GroupMe. I don't do text chats anymore. I don't do Teams chats. I don't do anything, but will get people on chats on WhatsApp. That is the only way to fly. So if you and your organization want to create groups and share videos, which I highly recommend, you want to share lean improvement videos, and which I recommend, you want to get groups of people, cohorts, superintendents, whatever, leadership groups in your organization together, WhatsApp, you will want this program. You will want this app. You will want these pictures. You will want these videos. You will want these voice recordings. You will want this functionality because WhatsApp is absolutely fantastic. Now, here's why it's important. Paul Akers says to create and scale a culture, you need to know what the 8 wastes are, see and fix what bugs you, and create videos to share. You have to have media, videos, pictures to share. On a project site, if you want to correct items with your foreman daily, you have to have pictures and share and correct it right there. If you want to have a really killer department and share best practices, you have to have pictures and videos to share. If you're a church and you want to create good energy and create a culture and spread a good spirit, you have to have pictures and videos to share. And so I am telling you and testifying on this voice recording that as of now, WhatsApp is the absolute best application that you can use to scale communication and to create chats with your people, your groups, your leadership groups, your continuous improvement groups, your project sites, with your foreman, with your logistics carpenters, or your GC carpenters, whoever you are communicating with on a daily basis, and trying to get hooked up into a communication system that is fast, relevant, and addictive. And so I want to fully endorse WhatsApp and invite people to experiment with it, at least experiment with it once. I know you'll be satisfied, and I wanted to share this with you, just like I shared the mural boards with you and the mural boards for training. On we go.
Please join us next time in elevating the entire construction experience for workers, leaders, and companies coast to coast. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to share with your construction colleagues and help us spread the word by rating, subscribing, and leaving